Well, I can't believe we're actually getting to use real flowers and it's real dirt.
Yes, we're going to play in soil today. It feels so good to finally have that part of spring here.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make up the window boxes that I usually put on the studio out here.
Yep.
These are actually our liners from last year, and I will use them yet through the spring season. So what we're going to be putting in to start with are hellebores. Now, hellebores are also called Lenten roses, and they are actually in bloom right now in our area. What I usually do when I'm putting together something like this for the spring is I'll get varieties that I don't have, and then when I go to switch this over to summer is I can plant these plants into the garden, and then they just naturalize themselves there and they'll keep coming back.
Great.
Now, a lot of times you're going to see right now that you're going to have this material on top of your pots that looks sort of like grass seed.
It does.
It's actually rice hulls.
Oh.
It's the hull of the rice, and it's material that makes the water go through a little bit easier. It'll keep weed suppression down, harmless to the plants, and it's sustainable. It's very easy to get. So I'm going to dump just a little bit of that off down here so that we don't put quite so much into the planter though. And we're going to put him down in the center.
You're leaving what, maybe like a good 2-inch soil underneath?
Yes, I did. And that way they have a nice area to grow into and to hold water. And what I'm going to do now is on each side of that, I have this grass. And I'm going to put one in on one side and I'll let you put one in on the other side. This is a chorus grass. The particular variety of this is called Ogon, O-G-O-N. And it's a really good annual grass that works really well in our area from early spring all the way through fall. Now, next we're going to put in 2 more of the hellebores. This one is actually called Glenda's Gloss, and it is a taller variety, and it blooms with the white flowers that had that pink edge to them. And I think they're just incredible.
Gorgeous.
As their flowers die, they just sort of turn green and stay on the plant looking just like they are.
Oh, nice.
So even into the summer, you get some nice look to the plant that you have. Now we're each going to put in one of the little coral bells. This is called lime ruffles, if you want to get one too. And they are going to go right on the other side of the hellebore. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you one of these guys. This is Lamium. This is Penny's Red. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to put a plant right in front of this hellebore right there.
All right.
Okay? And if you have to squeeze the root ball together a little bit, that's not a problem at all. I will take this and just sort of squeeze it into a long, narrow shape and then make a spot right in front of my hellebore so that I can get that down so that I have it down, again, about that 1 inch, 1.5 inches below the rim of the liner. Now, on each side of those, we are going to put one of the Dark Night Lobularia. Now, you probably, when you were growing up, everyone called this alyssum.
Yeah.
But this is actually a lot stronger plant than alyssum is. Alyssum used to do really well in the early spring or in the fall, but in the summer, it would sort of what they call peter out.
Yeah.
It would not be looking good.
I never had luck with the alyssum ever.
Yeah. Now what we're going to do along the end here is we're going to put in some pansies. Now when I'm putting in pansies, again, if we get a frost, you're going to come out and look at them, and they are going to look horrible. They're going to be all wilted. Don't touch them and just let them go. By the time the sun gets on them at noon, they're going to be perked back up and standing like nothing happened
It's
at all.
amazing. They look so delicate, right?
I know,
But
they
they're
do,
hardy.
don't they? And what I like to do, if I'm working with a 4-inch pansy, I put a single one in. If I'm working with a market pack pansy, I will take 2 of them and press them together. And then I'm going to put that in on my corner. Only because this time of the year, the plants don't grow as fast. So we can plant them together a lot closer than we do in the summer months. I would never do this in the summer months with the plants because they're going to put on so much growth. But this time of the year, you can get away with it. And I'm going to put a set of 2 right in the center, I think. So what you're going to want to do with this to keep it growing really nice is probably once a week to every 10 days, you're going to check it. And when you're checking at that time, you're going to give it a water-soluble fertilizer right in the mixture, like a Jack's Blossom Booster or Jack's Classic will be really good. I do have, to go on the back of it, these are called borders. And so if you're going to help me on the other side there, we want to get the leaves back. And we're just going to put this down. I love to put these in
this makes
the back of it because it just gives it a little bit of height,
It
a
does.
little bit of stability. Now what we're going to do is carry it outside, and then we have a few things to add to it.
Good.
So what we've done so far is we brought it out. There were metal hooks. You saw those J-hooks on the side of the house. We hung that. And I did put a piece of styrofoam in the back because when the J-hooks are hung under the windowsill, the planter has a tendency to tip, and we want it straight so it's easier to water. So now to finish it off, we have this one done over here. We're going to get some of our pussy willow and some of our curly willow, and we are going to put those into our planters. So the pussy willow is the one that's straight, and then we also have Japanese fan willows,
Love it.
which they have a wider base to them, and they actually grow and have different curves to them as they're growing. I mean, look at the top on this one.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, the fan willows do really make a neat, and they're great for in arrangements. They're perfect to work into wreaths. And we're just going to take those and stick them in. I have another one. This is a slate fan willow right here. He was thinking about it, but
Change his mind.
and we'll add these in, and then our window boxes are going to be finished for the early spring season. Now, I will probably leave these in here until probably Memorial Day. I will change these over to my summer window boxes because at that point I don't have to worry about frost, and I'm going to get the most I can out of these. So really the only plant that I probably am not going to transplant into something else is going to be the pansies. So out of our spring window box, we've got a lot of use, especially for the perennial border.
I love it. These are absolutely gorgeous, and thank you for inspiring us for our first early spring planting.
Yes, thank you so much for coming, and have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Keith.